I always get a lot of people that ask us how to fly so cheap. Some of you might know that we're actually headed to Maui. We're actually going on points on this one. One thing that my aunt always taught me was to get a credit card that gets miles. So we have an Alaska Air card, and we use it every month, and we just pay it off at the end of the month, and we use those miles. So it costs us $19 to fly to Hawaii this time. But the way we fly so cheap is we go to Google.com and we just type in flights. And then we just go down to show flights. I always search for two people because my kids hate me because they're teenagers. And then I just go to explore. So once you're on this page, if you go over here to the date, you can actually go flexible dates, and you can do a 1 week or a weekend, whatever you want. And so I'm living out of Walla Walla, where to I leave blank, and you'll see that it'll just show me everywhere that I can fly. And so I'm cheap, so I always come over here and I'll put I won't pay more than $1,000 to fly anywhere. And it takes away a ton of my options. So one thing that me and Jen just did, we just got our passports, and I'd really like to go to Peru and stuff like that. So I look down here and I'm like, okay, there's nothing. Well, I know I'm willing to drive to Pasco to fly, so I type in Pasco's airport. And so there's still looks like nothing there, but you'll see in the States, there's quite a few more that came up. So I could fly to New York, and it'll actually tell you when. So just click on New York here. I can fly to New York Monday to Tuesday. So this is a week-long trip. If you didn't want to go a week, normally what you can do is it'll give you an idea of when. So if you come over here, you can actually change the dates. And what's nice about this flight map is it'll tell you. So if you actually left on Wednesday and came back on Tuesday, it'll give you different prices that you can actually see in the map. So that's always good. So you can see when would be the cheapest time to leave. If I come over here on November 1st and leave, or come home this day, or look, if I would have left on Wednesday the 25th, it makes it a little cheaper. So that's really how you can get down and get more in depth in where you want to go. But if we just go back to the flights page, so another thing that I'll do, so for me, I kind of know because I play around with this enough. There's nowhere outside the United States that I can really go. Here's Hawaii. A lot of people don't realize how incredibly affordable it can be to fly to Hawaii. Remember, this is for two people, round trip, $877. And this is for a week-long trip right now that I'm looking at. Vegas, $267. It's out of Pasco. So now if I go, okay, well, I really want to go farther away, I'm actually willing to drive to Spokane to travel farther away, because to me it's not that big of a flight or big of a drive. And then if I start zooming in over here, it might give me some options. It gave me some options earlier, so I have to add a little money. So let's go $1,400. So now I can see, okay, well, now I can go to Panama City for $788 out of Spokane. If I want to go to Mexico, there's lots of options in Mexico. I can go to Miami, Charleston. So like I said, I really want to go to Peru. So if I come over here and look at Peru, let's say I wanted to go here. So I can say I wanted to go to Peru, and September works for me, let's say, but the dates don't work. So now I can just kind of look. I can change the dates. And actually, once you're in here, you can actually look different times too. So, well, I know that flying an idea of what it costs to go to Peru, so I can change months. In July, if we get too close, it starts to get pretty expensive, farther away. I would be willing to bet if you look far enough, you might be able to find it for under $1,000 even. So if you go find the cheapest date, 182, 1082. So that's going to be the cheapest. So this would be a Thursday to Monday Peru trip, and you'll see right here it's $1,000. Now, keep in mind this does have an overnight flight. Sometimes when we fly, we're not afraid to go overnight, which isn't always the funnest. But if you plan it, sometimes it's not that bad. This one you would be in the air overnight, so you're sleeping in the plane. Sometimes when you do an overnight flight, you can have enough time to actually leave the airport and go get a hotel. So that's how we do that part. And then the other part is that people don't really realize is if you go back to Google and you type in, we just recently were looking at Maui rental cars. If you go to Maui rental cars, you can actually... It's not going to work here, actually. Normally I just get on here and find the cheapest place. Like this one's $16 a day. And what's funny is these prices change quite a bit. So we're actually going to Maui the 1st through the 5th. But you'll notice we're leaving on a Thursday, coming back on a Monday. Those are some cheaper flight days. And then we're going to see how much a rental car is, which really is not bad either. So if I wanted to rent a mid-size SUV for the entire time I was in Maui, so from the day I get there, it's really kind of sad because I'm paying more than this, and I'm actually probably going to go in and cancel my reservation if I can and change it to this because it's so much cheaper. $110. This is picking it up at the airport and everything and drop off. This is the entire time I'm in Maui. So this is a multi-day trip to Maui, $110 for a rental car. So it's really, it's crazy what you can find online. And then let's go Maui vacation rentals. So we do spend a lot of time in vacation rentals, but what's really nice is if you come over here, you can actually just come back into Google, and Google does vacation rentals also. So you can see, you can go by price. So let's say I want to pay, I think we're looking at per night right now. So I want to pay under $140 per night. And you can see, so I can stay at Maui for $114 a night. I'd be willing to, and what's crazy is this is for the time I'm going, and this is also cheaper than what I'm paying. This is really last minute, so I mean that's a little bit cheaper. I if you look a little bit farther out, it's not bad either. I think the entire time we're there, I think we're actually paying $700 for the entire trip in a vacation rental. But yeah, it's crazy what you can see on Google. So we just really take advantage of Google for flights and hotels. And then what's really nice about Google is you can literally, I mean, so we were looking in Peru. You can come over to Peru. Maybe it won't work in Peru, but yeah. So you can see, you can find anything on Google. So don't be afraid to use Google. So they do vacation rental, flights, hotels. I mean, if you want, you can do things to do. But yeah, just take advantage of Google Flights, and then just leave everything blank so you can see. And then what's really nice, so we have a business trip coming up, and so we have a flight to Dallas. So I've chosen Pasco. This one I don't get to choose the dates, but I've saved it in here. And now what it's going to do, it's going to email me every time this flight changes. So I don't know if you saw on the last page, but it has actually gone up. And what I'll see is that next Sunday, it'll drop down to around 950, and then it just fluctuates back and forth. And about the 2.5 month out time frame is normally when I see the cheapest prices. But yeah, that's pretty much how we travel so cheap. So this Maui trip will cost us well under $2,000. Our Honolulu trip last year we did for $2,100. That was everything included: food, drinks, rental car, gas, everything we did while we were there. What's really nice about Hawaii is you can snorkel your little heart out, and then you can just hike the rest of it. So let me know if you guys have any questions. Drop a comment below. I'm happy to share any info I can with you to try to make your travels easier. Have a good day.